Hello guys, my name is Zirkos and welcome back to another video in the Python MySQL database revision quiz series. And in this video we're going to be continuing on adding tables. This time we're going to be looking at doing that for the play quiz, and we're going to do some fixing for stuff that might be broken. Let's log in over here. So we go 1. Let's see, yeah, this, I remember this. Non-type of object is not subscriptable. Okay. Display question. Question none plus 1. Okay, so on to display question, let me go find that function. Display question. Quiz questions. Print me out. Come on. Come visual shoot, there we go. Print me out quiz questions and then input. Why no work? Let's see. Why no work? What? None. Okay. So it's getting none. Quiz questions. Quiz questions is equal to the random shuffle of all questions. How's that none then? Can I print out quiz questions over here? Print quiz questions. Let's see if that's actually equal to any variable. If that's got any data. None. Why is it none? Are you telling me that all questions doesn't exist? Should exist. Print me then as a random shuffle afterwards, please. Control 5. Diego Costa, admin. And yes, I'm going to have to close it because there's a bug with that, which I'm going to have to fix. Okay, so this is 1, then none. Hold on. If I'm able to print it, why can't I then randomize it? I could do this, right? Print random.shuffle. Can I do that? What? I can't? What? What? Me no get. I don't get that. What do you mean that I... Is it actually output none? It's output none. Why can't I shuffle? I think I know. The random shuffle doesn't return anything. That's why it says none. The random shuffle just sorts it. You can't then print random shuffle. You can shuffle it, then print the list, but you can't print a random shuffle list. So because of that, there's two options. We can either do it as a random.sample, or we could do is use a lambda expression. Now, where is it? Where was I? Hold on. Just lost it. I must have clicked on a button by accident. Okay. Now, the easier one to do is do a random sample. Although it's a sample, you can tell it to take the whole list. Even though you call it a sample, doesn't mean that that's limited in the amount you can just put all the elements from the list. That'll be fine. Or you can do a lambda expression. A lambda expression is a bit more complex, and that could be for another video. That's more of a abstract and theoretical concept, which you can do in Python as well, though. Let's do random.sample, and over here in the sample, if we just read it, its description. Sample chooses X unique random elements from a population sequence or set, returns a new list containing new elements from the population while leaving the original population unchanged. So if we just take this up here, it's going to take is its population. It's going to take up here, and let's call that all questions, and it wants to know its essential length is what it wants to then know. So we'll call that. We'll also call that the length of all questions. So we can then call that quiz questions. As I said before, and just to ensure that there is no difference between these, just to ensure that both lists have the same amount of questions and all, I'm just going to do it here is a print length of all questions. Then I'm going to print the length of quiz questions. They're both 17, and if we just then also print out, let's say the first one in its list, let's see over here what they'll get outputted as, just to ensure that there is randomness going on. Diego Costa, admin, and that is 1. So yeah, 2 random questions right there. Which of the following data types? So that was the first question, and in our randomness we've got now 10. So yeah, there we go. Usually random sample is just used to take a sample, a random sample of elements, but you can use it to take in all the elements and then randomize it. Or the random sample will simply just so if we just go through this function, so it will go on to all questions, pick out an element, just any random element, it will just go and pick one, or pseudo random because nothing's truly random. It'll pick out an element, and then it will continue to do this the amount of times the length of the list is. So since the length of the list is 17 times, it'll pick it 17 times. So therefore it'll pick out all the elements anyway in the list. But yeah. But of course they call it sample. The programmers have called the function sample because you're supposed to take, because they thought this would only be used to take a sample of data, but of course, because they don't want to limit people to be able to also take out all the elements. Pick out all the elements. Alright, so get rid of those two. Now we should have no errors, hopefully. None of the same error. Okay, now come up here. Do one, and yeah, thank you. Thank you for all the text. There we go. And here's. Now we could make this into a table, but that I don't think this is suitable for a table. What I do wish to, yeah, can you stop printing? I need to go into display question because don't print out that all the time, please. Also, how frequently does this get random shuffled? Okay, when you pick play quiz, it gets randomized there. Okay, just checking where it gets randomized. So, okay, so over here we should probably potentially have these in a table. Have not the whole thing, the question, the option you selected, and the correct option, but not as letters as the actual text of it. That's probably what I'm thinking we should have in our table. So we're going to try and utilize some of the existing functions to try and do that for us. So I'm going to do here is I'm going to take out not that. We need to first create the table, not on the empty questions one. Just specific question. Isn't there just the create table? Isn't there just the create table function? Yes, there is. Yeah, we'll just use it. We'll just use a create table function. So else then, if it's display. So over here in our display, this way we'll probably want to make a few changes. So if we go over here onto our display, incorrect. For question in incorrect questions, we're going to create a table. This will be called the incorrect question table equals create table. And create table takes what parameters? Try and get that again. Just the table headers. Okay, so it takes an array of table headers. What was it? It was display incorrect questions. So we're going to put over here question. Well, we could have also put in the question number as well. That we could do. Although that question number just changed to pending. Although we do actually got the question off. I was going to say the questions. What I was going to say, that question depends. That question number changes every single time you shuffle it. But we could get the index of. We could get the index of, because we're passing the quiz questions, the index of the actual question. So yeah, we're going to put here number, not Q number, question number. And we're going to put the question. We're going to put your answer, student answer, yes, and the correct answer. And over here we display here the question. So how is it currently displayed? Question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4. Although they're not all. Although they're not really question 1, question 2. You know, so it should really display the question number during the quiz. What was it? It should probably display that. Because we do got the incorrect questions. Now, what does incorrect questions take in again? I'm trying to remember. What does it take in? It gets appended what? So we do append the question number. Good. So it looks like we do append the question number. That's great. So let's try and see if we get a question that we're going to get wrong. I'm going to force a question to get wrong. Let's see. We'll store it. See how this works. Okay, the 4th question. Let's do the 5th one instead. Actually. There's missing text. Oh, there's actually missing text. What? Okay. So we've got 2 questions. Oh, question 3 and question 4. Yes, this was question 4, wasn't it? Yeah, that's working. And so that does work absolutely fine. Where was I now? Display incorrect question. There we go. So that works fine then. So we're just going to have to put that as a I'm thinking that shouldn't get displayed. That should get displayed the other way around, shouldn't it? Yeah. And the headers. Okay. Yeah, and the headers. I'm not going to display it like that then. Let's copy this because yeah, it shouldn't get displayed like that. I don't think. I'm going to get over here is key and data. Yeah. Instead, we're going to say over here incorrect questions table dot add. There is a dot add row. There is one. I know there is. There has to be a. I've used it before. Add underscore row. Add underscore row. Just an array, I believe. Just taking an array. Yes. So here. Question number. Comma. I don't think it needs to be a string. It'll work anyway. Then we'll say over here. Question. Then over here as well we'll say this part of here. And then this is where we'll just get over here the student answer. Although we don't actually just thinking about it, we don't actually send off the student answer. So we potentially, I don't think we do, so we potentially want to also add that then as well in the incorrect questions. We want to add in what the user or the student also appended. Yeah, because it's not over here. So what we want to say over here is we want to say also what was the option selected? Oh, we do. Oh, we do. We do, but we never use it. It's right there. I'm blind. I do not see that. So we do use it. Hold on. We have incorrect questions, amount of questions, quiz questions. There are 3 things being passed into the display incorrect questions. Yeah. That's because the append has continued and the function has 3. Okay. No, I don't think I'm very well today. Going blind. Okay, so option selected is there though. It is the first index. So if we say over here, student or answer given, and we say over here, quiz questions, that's the question, and why 1? You chose question. And I can just say this. Why are we going to quiz? We have questions. Why are we going quiz question? We don't need to do that, do we? We don't. Can't we just say question? Oh. No, I have to go through this loop again to try and understand how this loop works. Oh, we're referring to quiz questions to get the data from the. Okay, yeah, we're referring to quiz questions to get the data from the quiz question array, not because this is the incorrect questions array. Okay, yeah, that's fine then. That's fine. So we also need. I need to also close this off, and then we need to add over here is the correct answer. And that'll be copy this over here. That means then I can just get rid of all this. Although, this is going to give me the, that's going to give me the option of it. I don't want the option of it. That's my problem. So I'm going to do a couple of if statements. If queries return is equal to A, make it B. Create a string over here. No, we're not going to create a string. We're going to say over here, add row to return. Let's say over here, add row. We're going to say with the A1. Then we're going to say over here, what's all this? Yeah, let's close this off down. Each one to close that off. So let me copy that again. It's B. I'll do that later actually. Don't do it now. Do that later. It's C or if it's D. Yeah, then we can just sort. Right, there we go. So if it's C or if it's D. What's if? What's if? 3, 4, 5. There we go. And then so print, then input. Let's see how this is going to look. So then get rid of this as well, because we don't need that one. Get rid of Costa, admin, 1. C, and error. Let's get back to actually review that error. Too quick, I'm too quick. Okay. C. Add row. I made an idiot. C tables. Okay. Now let's go. Diego Costa. Stop. I know why. It's because I need to say display centered, table centered. But I probably don't actually want display actually centered. To be honest, I don't think I do want it actually display centered. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say print. I'm going to print over the incorrect questions table, or the incorrect question table. What the hell's going on with this? Then I'm going to print. So 1. C. There we go. It's a huge gap over here. I'm absolutely fine with that. No problem with that. Okay. So now that seems to be working alrighty. Do wish to fix is the logging in, because what happens is when you log in incorrectly, let's say you get this as incorrect, You then try to log in with a valid username and password. It does this, which is like ridiculous. So we have to go back. To go back and fix some of these changes that I made previously. Also return. No, but still, if that works. It's just the authentication of login that doesn't seem to be working correctly, and now I'm getting really tired of this crap. Of it not working, I'm really getting tired of this. Right. Okay. So, view this. Right. Here I get the input. I got ready to authenticate. Why do I? Oh yeah, I remember. If ready to authenticate, user role, user's full-name, user's surname, it gets returned. Then get authenticate login with the username, password, and user role. I don't need to pass in that. There's no need for that. Why would? There's no need for that. I'll then return you the user role when yeah, there's no need for that. That's all. Okay. So we go a 4 attempt and range. So we give, let's say 3 attempts. We're going to reduce that to 3 attempts. Try. And I'm going to save these queries over here as student login query and the staff login query. That's just going to contain some text. And this will be for the student. Okay, so try. Try all this, that's fine. Instead, what we're going to do here is we're going to try over here with the staff login query. I'm thinking. No, this will be fine. Tell me this. Oh, crap. For attempt. Yeah, apps. Alright, and then apps on this as well, but does that change for the student? No. Okay. To get rid of these. It's confusing. And I'm going to keep this else statement for a reason. Okay. So the else, also here else. Print this. Maybe we should return something as well. Actually, I'm thinking we should probably also return something. But one thing I am going to return is none. So re-ask again. That's probably where I went wrong. I didn't put a return none for the user role because this while it continues, while the user role is equal to none. We'll just continue. So let me now get rid of this. Okay, a few changes. So here this will now be student. Login group. So this is this all the way. Okay. This is staff login. Just to ensure that this is all indented correctly. There we go. Student login. Okay. What line? 386. Here. What errors? It says there's errors, but I don't see any. None over here. Seem to appear here. Oh, there's some bunch of issues with indentation. That part seems to work fine. Right. 4110. 41. It's fine to me, right? Oh, there's a slight issue. Right. Any more? No. Finally. Okay. You tried it that quickly. 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 4. What is an operational? Oh, what if I called it an interface error instead? Because what does an operational error consist of then? You should only do it if you're unable to connect to the database. Or if it's wrong. The full name is not defined. User full name is not defined. Yeah, because I didn't do that, did I? Oops. Oh, I had something I don't remember. Print out the result. Print out the result. Print me result. Then do input. Let's see, do a cross one, and then so I guess you want me to say over here return. I could just do it here. Staff. Return staff. If is result local over here. Print me a result. Does it still? Is it still local over here? Yes, good. Okay, because that means I can just say over here result. No, it's. Oh, this doesn't have full name or surname, does it? The staff, no, I haven't put any of that. None. So I guess it's none. For the student, that's just return none, none. Okay, got no data for this. Student result 0. Is it 0? What's the query again? Is that your username, password? So 0, 1, 2, and oh, 3. Should work. Should result to input oh, can't use this username for student. Student 001 admin. No, it's not. It is. That's wrong. I don't think it is. Go check over the logins. Just so for the workbench to load up. Yeah. Student. It's right there, yeah. New high. For the put me out a length of result. Yeah, I'm possibly using impulse, so it should all work. Input. Let's see. So staff, no problem. That went through. Students. 001 admin. No, obviously it doesn't work. But it goes straight to the error. So it didn't even print this, it went straight to the error. Why did it go straight to the error? Which error? Did it go to this one or this one? Oh, because it does this and there's no result. Aha. That's why. Okay. I know. We create over here a value called result with none type. Then what we say over here is get rid of this. Going to do that later. We're going to do this. What we just simply say over here is we say if the result remains none, then we have to do this. Okay, that should now work. Students 01 admin. 1 result. Yes, there is one. Although result, because I have to put in brackets. Oh no, I think I remember what I have to do. First I have to reference the first, and then I don't know if I use square brackets on or is it now curly brackets. First I have to reference. First you have to reference the result, which is there's only going to be one, so it's going to be 0. Then you can select it because it's an array of tulips. Yep, admin. Okay, so that worked. So it should be over here. So I just need to add over here 0 and 0, and over here, where is it? Over here, just return none, because there is none. And okay, oh yeah, also get rid of this part as well. And we get through, and we get put through. Excellent. And of course, just to ensure that this is all working, I shouldn't have access to the question editor. If I go through, yeah, I don't. Excellent. So that seems to now be working. Sorry that this video went a bit longer than it's supposed to. I don't really like having extremely long videos. But if you enjoyed the video, like, and if you want to see the next video, which is probably going to be on localization, then subscribe so you get that in your sub box. And thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Goodbye.